All right, y'all, welcome back. It's The Spot. You guys just heard our 4 featured artists of the week. This last one was Kid Vegas with his song called Basics. He will be here live in studio with us next week, and we are definitely excited to have him. Also, shout out to Dank, Luciano with his song Hibachi, the real Simba with his song Blue Faces Dirty, and our girl The Queen with her song Bang Code. Those are all now in rotation on DINGS&COS Radio. So if you want to hear them again, you know what to do. Tune in every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Get in the Spreaker chat and request that shit. We will play it again. That includes you artists as well. Do not be shy. Tune in, request your own song, get that shit heard, because we have listeners not only all over the Box State, but all over the country, and loyal listeners that tune in every single week. Everybody
Trina,
up north, down south, East Coast, West Coast. People fuck with DINGS&COS Radio, so definitely request your song. If you are a new artist and you want to get your music heard on DINGS&COS Radio, it is real fucking easy if you know how to follow instructions like an adult. Yeah. All you need to do
some adulting.
All you need to do is send 1 to 3 attached MP3s. They do not need to be radio edited, but if you send me links to your fucking SoundCloud, I'm getting on there and I'm giving it a thumbs down because I don't want links. Send us 1 to 3 attached MP3s. Automatic thumbs down, half a star, and I'm commenting saying my fucking farts sound better than this. Don't send us links. Send us attached MP3s. They do not need to be radio edited. Send us a clear promo picture, something that you want on a flyer. Do not send us some stupid fucking photo of you sitting on the shitter or in your mama's dirty bathroom all in the mirror with her chones hanging on the doorknob behind you. Send us a clear picture that you want on a flyer. And your social media info, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, send us that so we can contact you and get your information out there. Send all 3 of those things to DINGS&COS Radio at gmail.com. DINGS&COS RADIO at gmail.com. We go through submissions every single week. We play 3 to 4 brand new artists every single week. And get your music heard, man, not only all over Colorado, but all over the country. Once again, shout out to our 4 featured artists for sending us music. We will have 4 more new ones for you guys.
What about artists that we have played already?
Artists that we have played already. You guys can also get your music on as soon as it's released. Send it over to DINGS&COS Radio at gmail.com. You don't have to send your picture and your social media links because we've already fucked with you once. So just send us your new song. And we'll get that on as well, just like we did with Riaga, just like we did with YF, and just like we did with City Boy Chico tonight. So
we still
get us new music.
Them on. They send new music, same thing. Artists
all day, every day.
Sent your music, send new music in.
Exactly. All right, y'all. So we are going to have a debate this week. And we brought up we were all kind of sitting around during our production meeting, I guess, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, we had a production meeting. I like that.
And we brought up the topic. That's something that me and Dings always kind of go back and forth about because we have different views on it for sure. But we want to hear from you guys, and obviously we want to hear from our special guests. Is this new wave of artists, right? The new cats, right? The Tekashi 6ix9ine, the Lil Pumps, the Lil Xans, shit, J. Cole, Kendrick, Drake, the newer artists that are out there are really popping right now on the charts. Yeah. Are they making hip hop pop? Do you consider them more pop stars than hip hop stars? How do you guys feel about the new wave coming out? Vito, we'll start with you. How are you feeling about this new wave of music?
This new generation, 2018, is a lot of mumble rap, clown-looking dudes. That's just my opinion.
Okay.
The rainbow look and the braces, it's out of control. I think it's the music. It's not even music. I think it's a lot of lost kids that are following this music, calling it music. I have an 8-year-old son that thinks this is like the best. He loves it, and he does that stupid, dance to it, and he Gucci. Like, what is his meaning behind his music? You know what I mean? There's no meaning. It's just a nice beat and catchy for little kids to follow and hit the stream. And that's all. To me, it's a lot of industry clowns and a lot of puppets. So that's just my opinion.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Just my opinion.
So obviously you're not feeling this new wave of music.
No.
You don't think that they're very talented.
No, there's
But
there's
do you-
nothing behind their ghostwriters. I
Okay,
mean,
okay.
give the ghostwriters the credit. What are you doing with?
But do you consider their music hip hop?
No,
No.
no.
Is this a completely new genre, or is this pop music? What do you consider it?
Should be in the toilet. You know what I'm saying?
Shots fired.
Okay, it should be in the toilet, but right now it's not. Instead, it's at the top of everyone's charts.
Right,
They're
right.
selling out
It's not.
shows.
It's not hip hop. It's not even good music. It's a lot of just industry clown. Just kind of. It's more for entertainment. That's just my opinion.
Okay, okay.
And that's what kind of I've heard too with the younger generation. It's almost like they say they don't care. They're like, we don't care if it's conscious.
Yeah.
We don't care what they're saying.
Right.
They're
Yeah.
like, we love the beat.
We
We
just-
love to turn up. We love to
Just dance.
be entertained.
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
like, you know, okay, fair enough. I don't want to be old man, get off my grass.
Right.
Right.
But we gotta like protect hip hop and the culture. You know, not someone that classified it as a genre. We gotta
Right.
protect hip hop as a culture.
Okay. What do you guys think, man? You guys are a little bit younger than us. How you guys feeling about the new wave coming out?
I mean, I definitely agree with Dings about protecting the culture. You know what I'm saying? KRS One said that, you know, hip hop is a way of life, and what you do is rap now. And a lot of people nowadays, I feel like they took the whole rapping thing in a whole, you know, different direction with what these, you know, label executives and stuff. You know, I'm sure they're the ones that are really, you know, telling them what to say. And I remember even seeing a Tupac interview where he was saying, you know, once a rapper can't rap what he really wants to, that's when the label comes in and, you know, tells him what to do. So.
All right, Native, what you think, bro?
Don't hand me this mic. I think that what these cats is doing is cool for what it is. You know what I mean? Get out, get your money, do whatever it is that you're going to do. But don't classify what you're doing as rap or as hip-hop or as anything that 95% of the time through history has had meaning. It's had, you know, a story to tell. There's been meaning, there's substance, exactly. There's been that, and now it's lacking. Now, if you look at this, okay, the radio is ran by about 5 labels.
Right.
Okay, that's who runs the label. And if you think if these guys aren't paying the label, you know, the labels aren't paying these radio stations to play these guys, who really feels them?
Right.
Okay, if the DJs and the clubs aren't playing these guys, who really feels them? Now, if you notice in 2000s and the early 2000s, the 1990s and 80s and everything, you were getting real conscious music because that's what was being played on the radios. That's what was being paid to be played. And now it's not the same. You know, they're going a whole nother route with it, which is cool. But don't try to say that that's part of this culture because hip hop is a culture and it's completely different than what these guys are doing. Now, and I think the problem that you get with a lot of artists and everything where they're like, fuck these guys are trash, blah, blah, blah. The reason you're getting that is because you're calling it hip hop, is because you're calling it rap, is because you're trying to involve that garbage in the culture that we take serious. You know what I mean? When I rap, I really rap to like, you know, that's like real shit. You know what I mean? I got a story to tell. I got something to say. You know what I mean? And when I turn on the radio and I hear, "Go to get the booty," I want to go to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't get jiggy with that. And I, you know what I'm saying? I can't. I just can't do it. You know what I mean? And it's good for what it is. But like you just said, okay, the beat. Okay, these cats is like, I don't care what they're saying. It's just it bangs.
Right.
Then you should be a fan of the producer and not the artist.
Right. Or the beat maker, whoever made the beat.
You need to be going out and supporting that producer. If the beat is what you like and you could care less about the lyrics, then why is you fucking with that artist or his ghostwriter?
Okay.
Right.
And then if he has a ghostwriter, bro, you need to be a fan of the ghostwriter.
Ghostwriter,
You know what I'm saying? I
exactly,
can't even take you
exactly.
serious if you call yourself an
Exactly.
artist of any kind in any genre if you don't even do your own music.
Right.
Especially in rap, because rap is all lyrics.
Yeah, exactly.
95% of the time, if you produce your own beats, you produce your own beats. I don't produce my own beats. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, artists go out and purchase that.
Right.
Okay, so
Alright.
you're going and purchasing it, and then what? You're left with lyric.
Right.
Fuck
So
with
you
your
don't-
producers.
So
And
you
that's
don't
what artists
consider
have it. They have money to go out and get fucking hit songs.
right. So you don't consider it hip hop. Then what do you consider it? I mean, it's got to be some sort of genre of music.
I wouldn't really put it in a genre because to me it's a fad. is something that is eventually going to fade out.
Exactly.
Okay.
I hope
And I hope it does. Yeah, exactly. I hope it does. I hope it does for the population.
I say it's entertainment.
I really do. As far as and if you want to put it in a category, I would call it entertainment. It's basically your Eminem and your shock factor. That's what it is. Except for now, it's not with lyrics. It's just with you're shocked and you're like, oh, this is tight, but I don't know what he's saying. But you know,
the beats
yeah, it's
sound
that same
good.
shock factor. There's not really
Or
anything.
a sample, and we heard it.
You know,
it was already a hit, right?
and I'll never dog nobody's hustle. You know what I mean? Like, for example, I'm not a huge fan of Lil Wayne. I think Lil Wayne was one of the first mumble rappers. Okay, but that's just my personal opinion. Okay, but I never knocked the dude's hustle. I think he get out there and get it. He promotes himself right. His marketing strategies is on point. He does his thing. And that's why a lot of these cats are getting big and up there, is because there's so much more than what people are looking at just music-wise. It comes down to, you know, when I put out a song, that's 10%. You know what I mean? I got to promote it. I got to do this. I got to do that. It's more business than anything. And these guys are succeeding in the business. I just don't feel like they're succeeding in the lyrics. And it comes down to the fans, you know. You're going to bump what you're going to bump, you know. I just hope that y'all wake up and start going back to the older shit and actually have meaning. Because when I listen to these rappers, I just think to myself, like she was saying, her kid's 8 years old. He's running around talking about,
Gucci
gang,
gang,
Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. That little kid's going to get
well,
shot
say
at
the
12.
rest of the other story.
Just for saying gang. You know what I mean? These older cats don't play that. And it worries me because it's like, you know, like they don't think about it. And then when you ask these guys to talk about real shit, they're like, it's not my place, man. I just make music.
Right.
And I'm like, well, what are you teaching though? What are you you have a platform and you're not using it.
Right.
Is what my opinion
that,
is.
My thing, I'm like,
You know?
well, what's your meaning behind your music? You know what I mean? What's your message?
Even
They
if there
don't.
is a meaning, because I've heard some of these dudes, you listen to a lot of their stuff on the radio and you're like, oh, okay, whatever, I don't fuck with this. But then some of these dudes, like, for example, Drake, some of his mixtape shit that's not put out on the radio is actually kind of dope. You know what I mean? And some of their stuff that's not blasted all over and publicized and stuff is actually pretty cool. When they get to sit down and really do their shit, you know, I fuck with it.
Okay. Well, let me ask you guys this. We're going to get to Jay and Dings, but I keep hearing everybody saying, you know,
Sorry, man.
does your music have a meaning, or is it saying something, right? Is it socially conscious? Is it uplifting a community? Is it, you know what I mean, making you think? Okay. Yeah. And I feel you on that, right? And obviously hip hop can be that. But let's keep it 100. Hip hop has not always been that.
No. You can look at some of the older shit, and you can definitely see it in
from
some
the
of the
beginning
older
of
shit.
time.
Like
there's been hold on.
Where you're getting wrong,
tell me
because
what
that was
Sugar
still
Hill
pop.
Gang. Tell me what Rappers Delight. How that's uplifting the community or has something meaningful to say.
Because it was the wordplay, it was the lyrics.
Okay.
You know, so they weren't necessarily
But the
talking
way that
about
they were
like
rapping-
going out and partying. They're saying, hey, man, I'm at my friend's house, man. The food was no good. My stomach hurt.
Okay.
Like, it was clever, man. Like,
Right.
It was a
did have
story,
substance.
and
it was,
it
yeah.
was-
It
Yeah,
was,
even
okay.
if
It was
even if they were
story.
just rapping about partying and being with bitches, there was some sort of story to like, okay, I was chilling with this bitch, 3 other bitches came in, this happened. There was a story plot to whatever it
An
was that they were
experience.
rapping about, an experience. And I feel like a lot of these guys don't rap about that. You know what I mean?
My point I'm trying to make is throughout hip hop, there has been ignorant ass songs that have absolutely
Guaranteed.
no real meaning
Guaranteed.
to them or no something to make you really think, right?
Listen to 50
There's
Cent.
there's absolutely nothing meaningful behind Back That Ass Up or Uchiwali or you know what I mean?
they were
or
going into
or,
the
or
studio.
KCT
They were going into the
or
studio.
Money
They were
Cash
doing
Hoes.
it.
But this is what I'm saying.
I
Everyone
still even give KCT like
Okay.
well, hold on. Nowadays, everyone is saying, "Well, what is your music? What are you saying with your music?" And I'm thinking to myself, I'm thinking back to some of these hip hop legends when they first came out or when they first came on, right? Some of their first hit singles, and they're not saying anything. There's no conscious anything behind "My Name Is" by Eminem. It was a catchy song. It was
Shock
crazy
factor.
lyrics. It was shock value.
Yep.
Yeah, he put words together masterfully. He's a hip hop legend.
say the lyrics
But
was
his
dope.
music didn't
But
have
I
some
think-
sort of
He didn't have
crazy deep
ghostwriters.
meaning like a Common or a Mos Def or the
people could
Roots or
relate.
somebody.
relate to it.
I think it's
to what-
relatable
But
music.
that's what I'm saying. Just because we can't relate to poppin' Zans and sippin' lean doesn't mean that these younger kids can't, because that's the thing now. When
No,
we
and
were
it
coming
is.
up, when we were coming up, it was
Smoking
drinking
weed.
40s, smoking weed, hanging out at house parties. And our parents would look at us and say, that's all these guys talk about is fucking bitches, drinking 40s, and smoking weed. And now we're sitting here saying all these kids talk about is popping pills, taking lean, and doing coke.
Snorting condoms.
But there's
What's the difference?
Take it into context, bro. Like one.